Welcome back. My name is Brian, and I'm going to give you a little update about what's been going on in early July at the Bosque. We've been spending our time working on different chores, as well as fixing things that are broken. Our internet connection is out. Last time it was out, it was because of lightning. This time I'm not really sure. It's kind of important that we get it fixed, because if we don't have it, then we don't have our primary form of communication with the outside world, and have to walk for an hour down into town and then an hour back just to check email. We finished roofing the cob hut, which is named Ecstasis, or Ecstasy in English. The product we used to roof the hut is called Onduline. It's more flexible, and we hope it'll be a better material for us. Now that the roof is done, we can start finishing the walls to make them prettier. A group of university students from Montana came out to visit for a bit. They got to learn about cob. They also went to the studio and tried their hand at bookmaking and did a little bit of archery. And there's been time to play with the dogs. A mountain bike race will be passing right by the gate of the Bosque village. We plan to go and take photos. It's been really nice watching the rains move across the lake. July has the most dramatic changes of the year. The forest rapidly goes from dry to wet and from tan to green. This year we've been getting long days of slow rain. It almost seems like Seattle, but less cold. The avocado and apple trees keep producing more and more for us. I found this little corn cob out in the woods. See how all the seeds are germinating. It kind of makes me wonder what would happen if we just plant one like that, and if we get sort of a cluster of corn. Tooses are little gophers, or moles that live in the gardens. They can eat 80% of a garden very quickly. In the past we've done nothing to fight against them, and just kind of seen what happens. This year I bought some traps, and we're going to go ahead and try and trap some of them. Behind the lodge there's a little pond that each year has tadpoles in it, and they become little frogs. I have no idea how they survive and return every year. We have tried to put them in other spots as well, but this seems to be the only spot that they actually like. Every single day there's more and more mushrooms in the forest. I guess I'll have to dig out the mushroom book and start to identify them. When the rains come, it seems like everything gets wet. I don't think there's a single roof that doesn't leak. Even my van is wet, and I've been putting charcoal in it to try and dry it out before the carpet molds. I got the chickens a new hanging feeder. That should help them keep their food a little bit cleaner. It's odd to be able to collect seeds this time of year from lettuce, but this particular lettuce plant lived through last year and decided to produce its seeds now, so we collected them. We've been enjoying our walks into town to check internet. This time of year the road fills up with mud puddles. The farmers are plowing their fields. I was also noticing again the mistletoe-like parasitic plant that lives on the oak trees. You might naturally think that since it's parasitic, that this plant is bad, but I'm not so sure. It doesn't seem to kill the tree off, and a lot of the birds really like the nectar of that plant at a time when there's few other flowers. Another interesting case is the native grape plants. They grow so vigorously that they'll cover an entire tree. Now you'd think that sounds like it's invasive or bad, but it seems like it might be a good thing. It doesn't seem to damage the tree, so there's a relationship where the grape is using the tree as a trellis. We plan to take those same native grapes, plant them, let them grow vigorously, and then cut them and graft onto it the grapes we actually like, since the native grapes are not tasty at all. That experiment will likely take a couple of years. It's a little bit sad to see that garbage is showing up on the road again. About 3 years ago, we picked up all the garbage along the entire road, about 7 kilometers of road. Well, slowly it's been showing back up, so we'll have to get out the garbage bags and walk that road again. It's kind of fun to see the dung beetles out on the road, collecting their little poo balls. Back in the Bosque, Callie Spot's been enjoying her life. Here she is sitting on an earth roof, hiding in the plants. She's such a pretty girl. We're going to be building her little cat house in the courtyard of the casita. Another interesting little find in the Bosque. We went to a spot where some people had made designs on the ground with some beans. and we found that those same beans were now germinating, and some of them will grow and flourish. That's all I've got for now in early July 2011. Adios.